In this video, we're going to introduce FreeCAD, and we're aiming to create lessons that can help you learn this free tool. So FreeCAD is a free software that can be used to create CAD drawings and CAD models. So it's parametric and computer-aided design. So it's similar to Fusion and similar also to Rhino and like really technical 3D modeling applications. So we're going to do a little bit of tour here of the site, so you can search it in Google, click on the first result, and there you have it. This is the new version with the new screen here. And if we go in the download page, you can see we can download it for Windows, for Mac, and for Linux. So you can use it basically anywhere on the most important operative system and also open source operating system. So we click and we just save this whatever we want in our computer, and this is the installer. So we need to wait for this to be downloaded, and then we can double click on it and run it. Now, before we do that, let's have a look here to the website. First of all, you can donate, you can support FreeCAD team to create another functionalities and improving the software and make it better and bigger. And if we go into features, we can see the main features. You can also choose your own language. For example, I can use here Italian, and I can use my own language. So it's available in many different languages thanks to the team. And you can see we can build 3D models essentially. And you can work for the 3D printing. You can work with the CNC printing, and you can create 2D drawings. You can create views, like 3D views, explaining how the object's working, also really complex mechanisms. I think that this is specific when you need to create like technical, mechanical parts. So really, it's not like for creativity or modeling of for entertainment, like characters or you know, it's something you can use for um, 3D interior product, but you need to do something really technical. Well, in that case, you may use FreeCAD. Otherwise, you can go in other software like Blender, for example. So lately, also there is a kind of extensions for architects, which can give you the possibility to use the BIM or BIM, which is for architecture. And that's another use you can do, which is again kind of a technical, not creative, not too creative or too um, entertaining. And then you have the Python. So it's programmed with Python. So if you are a good programmer, you can use the programming language also to do stuff. It supports a lot of formats. The most common, most popular, like the from other 3D software, like OBJ, for example, from Maya or from Cinema 4D. And then you have STL for printing, which is supported by any 3D software. And then you have Autodesk, DWG, and DXF, like from Revit, BIM, or from AutoCAD. And then you have SVG, Scalable Vector Graphics, open source, vector graphics from Illustrator or Inkscape. Then you have IFC from BIM and also others. And this is, I think, a snapshot of Blender. It looks like Blender. So for the rendering, for example, you can use Blender. And you can create sketches with Sketcher. And these are more than sketch. These are pretty defined technical drawings, blueprints, and things like that. So it's always developing, always growing. So you can subscribe, stay updated for more um, tools and more functions, more features. And those are all the release notes down there. So the download page, you also have a documentation page where you can find some tutorials and a manual. And if I open these two pages, you can see this is the manual here explaining all the parts. And these are like tutorials. For example, let's go in the architecture tutorial, and you can see there are some things explained here. You can see the images, so you can also understand better what you can generate, what you can create using FreeCAD. So there are so many examples. that you can look at to have a better understanding. Now let's see if it's downloaded. Well, it is, because it's not so big. So I can go in the download folder, or in the folder where I saved it. I can open it up, and this is the application here, the installer. So we need to double click on that, or right click, open, and run as administrator and install the software as usual. So really easy, quick and easy. So let's go forward here, forward, forward, forward. And you can see it right now it's in Italian, but I'm gonna use the English version for the English videos. So don't worry, this is just because this is so easy. You can just move forward, just choose a folder where to install it, install, and just wait for a few minutes. So before we enter, and in the meanwhile, we can have a look to some images. You can make an image search here just to have, again, a better understanding of what you can do with FreeCAD. You cannot do like anything. For example, you cannot do sculpting at the moment. Maybe in the future, we don't know. But at the moment, this is something, between AutoCAD or a CAD application and a 3D. So it looks like AutoCAD 3D or Rhino or Fusion, and it has really basic shapes, really technical, really mechanical pieces. You can do fun things like this airplane, for example, or a toy, but it's not gonna give you like all the tools that you have in a 3D modeling software. And also for the beam, you can try to use it, but you can use like better software like Revit or ArchiCAD, but those are for sale and not for free. And you can do little pieces that you can print on your own. If you need something, you definitely use FreeCAD and then print the pieces you want, and you can again use it from really basic objects. Otherwise, you can move into other software and create something more complex or more organic, or something like character design, or plants, or sculpture, whatever. In that case, you can use ZBrush, or also if you want a free alternative, you can use Blender. So Blender, I think it's one of the best 3D modeling software because it's free, it's open source, and it gives you the possibility to work on different levels, and you can work creating something more, again, entertaining and organic. And you have also Tinkercad. It's another option to do 3D models, basic 3D models from printing, really easy. Then you have 3ds Max, you have Cinema 4D, you have Maya for 3D modeling at many levels. But if you want something more technical, in that case, you should go in Rhino with the NURBS modeling, or AutoCAD or SketchUp also, which is a little bit simpler if you're doing architecture. So this is to give you, kind of an explanation of where you will be if using FreeCAD. Now, also LibreCAD is good and free and open source. If you want to do just the 2D, you can use QCAD, you can use LibreCAD, and you will find all of these courses in the channel. If you look in the channel, you will find video guides, video courses, lessons, classes on these many different types of software, vector graphics, 3D modeling, 3D rendering, much, much more. So just search it in the channel. Okay, now it's installed. I can close the installer and then launch FreeCAD automatically. And there's an example of a skyscraper here. So an example of what we can do, again, architecture, design, technical design, etc., etc. So this is the welcome screen. Again, it's in Italian because my system is in Italian, but I can change it into something else like English or any other language supported by it. And we can do some initial settings here for the unit system, mainly for the navigation style. If you want to use like something from Tinkercad or OpenSCAD or Sketchfab or Blender, you'll find it here. And you can use bright or dark interface. Let's keep dark for now, and that's it for this video. It's just an introduction. We're going to continue with other lessons, so subscribe to stay updated for more, and support us by joining the channel. This will give us the possibility to create more videos, more video courses, more free lessons, free classes, and or by just joining the channel. And if you're interested in other software, you think this is not good, and you want something else, you can check other introductory videos in the channel, like for 3ds Max, Maya, Rhino, whatever you're looking for. Try to look for it in the channel, it may be there. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.